Welcome to Basic Training. Today we are just going to manipulate one photo in a few different ways so that when we start our digital art course, you're going to be familiar with the digital art tools. And so today we're using Pixlr, which is a free web-based application. So you don't need to sign up, you don't need to give any information whatsoever, and it works just like Photoshop, Adobe Fresco, Krita. There's a few applications, so they're all very similar, and they have similar sorts of tools. And I'm just going to use Pixlr because it is so accessible. For this project, you're going to need to have a photo. So it can be a photo of whatever you like. It can be something that you've taken. It could be something that you just really enjoy, or it could just be a random photo. I searched out Spider-Man. That was the first thing that came to my mind. I like these old covers, and so I'm just going to do an image search, you can see, and then I have clicked on an image to make it bigger, and you always want to take the bigger image where it enlarges and shows you, because that's the full image. These ones over here are just icon size, so don't grab those, they'll be poor quality. So once you have your photo on your desktop, then you can head over to Pixlr, and we're going to use specifically Pixlr E. It's the one that's got the most amount of tools for art. It automatically saves your work, just like any Google product. You don't have to click save ever. You can close the window and it will still be there. So to start a project, you can just grab your photo and drag it into the Pixlr window, and it opens up for you automatically. So boom, it's got my photo. It's the same size. It doesn't create a bigger page. It makes the page exactly the same size as your photo, which is totally fine. And what you're going to do today is you're just going to show a couple different skills. So when we look at Pixlr, we see all these tools on the left. We're only really going to use one or two today. And then you can see layers on the right. So that's what we're going to focus on right now. For this layer, you can see it names it background, and it has a little lock. So to unlock this, we can just click on the lock, and there, now we see an eye. So now it's unlocked. I can actually move and use this photo. And if I click on the eye now, it's either visible or invisible. So that can come in handy sometimes as well. So the first thing I want you to do is, now that we've made it usable, we can go over here to this arrow. Sometimes this is called select. In this application, it's called arrange. And if you click on the image, then you can see these little white dots and a blue halo around it. So now this allows you to actually transform, is what it's called. So I'm going to scale this down. I'm going to make it smaller. That's a type of transformation. And I'm using fixed. So it's not allowing me to free transform. You can see if I go free, then I can make it really squished or squashed. And so I actually kind of want to keep it fixed. If you ever make a mistake and you want to go back, you can hold down Command or Control on your keyboard and then just tap Z, and it will bring you back to where you were. So I'm gonna go back to the start here. There we go. Then I'm gonna make sure I'm on fixed, and then shrink it down pretty small so I could fit like 3 of these. So now I've got my image. I can move it around. I can shrink it, as you've seen. What I want you to do is make different sizes of the same image. So right now with this selected, I can copy and paste this. So you can hold down Command or Control and C, and you can see it says copy, and then Command or Control V to paste. And then you can see nothing's changed over here, but over here we've got a second layer. And so if I use the same tool just to drag this out, oh, look at that, I've got the exact same thing. And I'll keep it fixed, and I'll make this, I'll shrink it down again. So it's just showing that you can scale things up and scale things down. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, I'm on the small one. I am going to copy that one and paste it, drag it over, and then shrink that one down. So there we go. I've got different sizes of the same image, because this is something that you'll need to learn. 2 more things we're going to try out. We're going to click on this one once again. I'm still in the Arrange tool, and I'm going to copy and paste that one more time, and I'll drag it down here. And one of the other features we have, other than these blocks, is this little circle, and this allows us to rotate. So we can rotate and manipulate these photos. So I'm just going to rotate it down like that, just to show that's something I can do. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paste once again. So it gave me another image. You can see in the layers, I've now got 5. So you should have 5 layers over here. And the other thing you can do is once you've selected this, it's got the blue halo. Look at all these different things that you can do up here. So that we're only going to look at one. You can either flip it horizontal or flip it vertical. So I'm going to go horizontal. So now you can see the words are actually backwards and everything is flipped. And that can really come in handy as well. So that's a good thing to know. Finally, the last thing we'll do is you can see I've got a checkerboard background, and this just means it's transparent. There's nothing here. There's not even a color. What I want to get you to do is I want you to make an empty layer. So if you go to the plus sign down at the lower part and just drag this down to the very bottom, you can reorder these layers whenever you want. You can say it's just layer 6 and it's got nothing. The last thing I want you to do is pick a background color. So you can click here on a little color disk and make it whatever you want. I'm going to make it kind of lightish gray and go OK. And the final thing you're going to change is you're going to use the fill bucket. So the fill bucket just allows you to spill paint. And if I click there, then it gives me the whole background is gray now, that whole layer, and all these ones are sitting on top. So if you don't move the layer, you're just going to see this, which is no good. You want to make sure that your color layer is at the bottom. Perfect. When you're done, you're going to go to File, and then go over to Export, and say Quick Export as a PNG. That will automatically download it to wherever you've got it set up. And so I'm going to send it to my desktop and go Save. You can give it a name if you want. And then that downloads straight to your desktop, which you can see here now. And this is what you'll submit to the assignment folder. So if you have any questions, make sure and reach out to me on private messages or let me know in synchronized class. Good luck.